We begin with the Friday night massacre. A campaign of retribution and vengeance is underway at this hour against those whom Donald Trump blames for his impeachment. Two of the most prominent fact witnesses in the impeachment investigation against him have been fired barely 48 hours after the Senate acquitted the president. Trump recalled Gordon Sondland, his ambassador to the European Union, tonight. Sondland released a statement saying, quote, "I was advised today that the president intends to recall me effective immediately as United States ambassador to the European Union." And just hours before that, Lieutenant Colonel Alexander Vindman was removed from his job as the top Ukraine expert at the National Security Council. Lieutenant Colonel Vindman, a decorated veteran born in Ukraine, was escorted out of the White House by security and told that his services were no longer needed, according to Vindman's lawyer, David Pressman. In a statement, Pressman said, quote, "There is no question in the mind of any American why this man's job is over, why this country now has one less soldier serving it at the White House. LTC Vindman was asked to leave for telling the truth. His honor, his commitment to right, frightened the powerful." Lieutenant Colonel Vindman's twin brother, Yevgeny Vindman, National Security Council attorney, was also fired and walked off the White House grounds alongside him. Yevgeny Vindman has committed no offense except being Alexander Vindman's brother. We don't do that in America. He committed no offense. Alexander Vindman, by the way, committed no offense except testifying before Congress. President Trump foreshadowed Alexander Vindman's dismissal earlier.
Well, I'm not happy with him. You think I'm supposed to be happy with him?
Lieutenant Colonel Vindman is expected to be reassigned to the Department of the Army, though still unclear what his assignment will be. Vindman told Congress last fall in testimony during impeachment hearings that he reported concerns about Trump's July 25th call with the leader of Ukraine to the top National Security Council lawyer within hours of the call.
I was concerned by the call. What I heard was inappropriate, and I reported my concerns to Mr. Eisenberg. It is improper for the President of the United States to demand a foreign government investigate a U.S. citizen and a political opponent.
Now, Gordon Sondland and Lieutenant Colonel Vindman are not the only officials involved in Trump's impeachment to have had their career trajectory altered as a result of their involvement. You'll recall former U.S. ambassador to Ukraine, Marie Yovanovitch, a central figure in the impeachment investigation who was recalled from her post last year. She retired from the State Department last month. Jennifer Williams, the special advisor to Vice President Pence on Europe and Russia, left the vice president's office ahead of schedule. Bill Taylor, who replaced Yovanovitch as the top U.S. diplomat in Ukraine, was recalled in December. David Pressman, who is Vindman's lawyer, went on to say in his statement announcing Vindman's removal that, quote, "In recent months, many entrusted with power in our political system have cowered out of fear, and yet a handful of men and women not endowed with prestige or power, but equipped only with a sense of right, born out of years of quiet service to their country, made different choices. They courageously chose to honor their duty with integrity, to trust the truth, and to put their faith in country ahead of fear. And they have paid a price," end quote. That choice to honor their duty, as Vindman's lawyer put it, to honor their duty, might be best illustrated by a moment from Lieutenant Colonel Vindman's opening remarks to Congress when he offered a stunningly personal message about how his family fled to the United States from the Soviet Union when he was a child.
Dad, I'm sitting here today in the U.S. Capitol talking to our elected professionals is proof that you made the right decision 40 years ago to leave the Soviet Union and come here to the United States of America in search of a better life for our family. Do not worry. I will be fine for telling the truth.
Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on the button below for more from The Last Word and the rest of MSNBC.